What's up, guys? Marvin and Kid here, back again. Um, how many? You ever been punished as a kid? I'm sure we've all had an experience when we've been punished for something we've done by our parents. But maybe we did something that we went somewhere, or we we we. I can say right now, I was punished for some things I've done, but it was never in terms of smoking or drinking underage or anything like that, getting into accidents, none like that when I was younger. But I have been punished. But I've always thanked, that I was never really beaten or anything like that. And unfortunately, I never was given my parents any reason to do that. But I found this, and this is by Top Trend. The link in the description is below for their channel, everything like that. So we're here to watch, check this out, 10 parents who took punishment too far. Let me make sure you heard that again. 10 parents who took punishment too far. And let's say, and there have been some cases where punishment has gone way too far, y'all. And this may either make me mad, make me angry, and maybe kind of piss me off, because punishment is one thing, but when you're taking it too far, I got a problem with that. I got a big problem with that. All right. So let's do this. All right. All right, here we go. Now, all right, I'm not even liking that music already. Number one.
North Carolina father Tommy Jordan was having trouble with his misbehaving 15-year-old daughter, Hannah.
Okay.
She had been acting out by posting long and disrespectful rants about her parents on Facebook.
What?
And one of her curse-filled posts was the last straw. Tommy had warned her that he would put a bullet through her laptop if she continued trashing her parents on social media. And in a video posted in February 2012, he made good on his promise.
Wait,
in the video, Tommy
I've
reads
seen
Hannah's
this.
latest Facebook post and expresses his disappointment and frustration. He then turns the camera on Hannah's laptop and proceeds to put 9 hollow point rounds through it.
Yeah, I've seen
The video
this.
received over
I remember
30 million
this.
views and attracted
This wasn't so
attention
bad.
from the national media. While some considered Tommy's actions a form of child abuse, father and daughter publicly made up on the Today Show about a month after the video went viral. Tommy even revealed that he had removed the hard drive from the laptop before blowing it to bits, saving all of Hannah's data and pictures. YouTube user King Ease let his son choose his punishment when the boy came home with failing grades after having lost his brand new iPad. The child was given the mother of all terrible haircuts, looking as if his father had simply dragged clippers across his head a few times while blindfolded.
What the
King Ease
fuck?
then shot a brief 14-second video showing off his work and posted it to his YouTube account, where it quickly began racking up views.
Are you
Despite being
serious?
raked over the coals in the comments, Ease defended his punishment by saying that he was teaching his son to be accountable for his actions. However, his methods don't seem to have been very effective. 2 years later, he posted another video in which he was forcing the same son to work out with heavy weights, again as punishment for bad grades.
Okay.
Another father gave his son, identified only as Jason, 3 weeks to pick up his grades or he would have to give up his video game consoles. After Jason failed to impress with his school performance, Dad made good on his threat, and then some, by forcing Jason to destroy his Xbox 360 with a sledgehammer in their front yard while shooting a video. The crying youngster finishes the job, but flatly refuses to do the same to his second console, a brand new Xbox One. The video, which has since gotten millions of views, sharply divided parents. Even some who were fine with the heavy-handed nature of the punishment could not agree with the decision to post the video online, which added an unnecessary element of public humiliation.
Yeah, I could agree with that too.
In an even more cruel example of this, a mother in Florida came up with a horrifying punishment for her 10-year-old son after he repeatedly wet his bed.
What?
Crystal Prado and her roommate dressed the boy in girls' clothing and makeup and forced him to run around their suburb as neighbors watched in shock.
What?
Prado then took pictures of her hysterically crying son and took to Facebook to publicly shame him for being a bedwetter.
What the
posting
fuck?
photos for good measure. Relatives of Prado saw the pictures in which the boy is obviously extremely upset and notified police.
Yeah, because
Prado and her boyfriend
the mother looked like she got the devil in her anyway. What the fuck?
An infliction of mental injury on a child.
Yeah, that's
Despite
good.
the fact she had been investigated for similar incidents before and the photographs of the weeping boy, it was found that there was insufficient evidence to convict the pair, and the charges were eventually dropped.
Fuck that.
Not so for Alaskan mother Jessica Beagley, who in 2011 appeared on a segment of the Dr. Phil show called Mommy Confessions. She discussed the discipline problems she was having with her adopted twin boys, before showing a home video revealing the shocking extent of her punishments. Simply for lying, 7-year-old Christoph had hot sauce poured into his mouth while his 10-year-old sister was made to shoot a video. The screaming boy is then forced into a cold shower while his mother continues to aggressively shout at him. Critics suspected that the video was made for the sole purpose of getting onto the Dr. Phil show. She had previously submitted audition videos of herself yelling at the boy, but producers had insisted on seeing actual punishment. Beagley was found guilty of child abuse and given 3 years probation and a suspended jail sentence.
That's fucked up.
In another case involving adopted children, Pennsylvania pastor Mark Hooper and his wife Susan were arrested in 2014 for withholding food from their 3 kids, ages 9, 10, and 11. Police became involved when the youngest child managed to make her way to a neighbor's house to ask for help, at which point she only weighed 31 pounds. Unbelievably, the 3 had been placed in the Hoopers' care as toddlers after having already suffered family trauma which gave them special needs. The children may have suffered permanent organ damage and stunted growth as a result of their
see that shit? That's the shit I'm talking about right there.
The couple were convicted separately on charges of child endangerment. Mark Hooper was given a maximum sentence of 6 months in jail.
Should get life, you
Susan was sentenced
motherfucker.
to a maximum of 18 months. A Wisconsin couple similarly forced their autistic teenage daughter to live under hellish conditions, which somehow went unnoticed for months despite the fact that the girl attended public school. An anonymous tip informed police that the teenager was being kept locked up in her parents' basement, which was not heated. The parents had nicknamed her Stink because she was not allowed access to a bathroom and was forced to use diapers to relieve herself. The girl showed up to school on more than one occasion covered in her own dried feces, which likely led to the anonymous call. However, social workers seem to have been aware of the girl's living conditions prior to the police getting involved, having reported that the teen was being treated like an animal the year before the couple's arrest on charges of child neglect.
Are you kidding me?
One father decided to treat his 17-year-old son like a full-grown man after the boy skipped classes one day. In a video posted to Facebook Live, Tavis Sellers tosses his son a pair of boxing gloves before mercilessly beating him up, punching him repeatedly in the face as the youngster tries and fails to defend himself.
Are you serious?
The video ends with Tavis mocking his son while shooting video of his bruised and bloody face. The viral video resulted in a visit from Child Protective Services.
Yeah, I know that, right?
Tavis to post another video talking about the visit and asking his son's feelings on the fact that he might have to go to jail. Only days later, authorities returned to remove the boy from the home, as Tavis Sellers was arrested and charged with domestic assault and battery.
Idiot.
Some such cases of outright assault as punishment are even more shocking. In 2011, Texas Judge William Adams was beginning to gear up for a re-election campaign when his adult daughter Hillary released a video that she had secretly made in 2004, when she was 16. In it, Judge Adams delivers his punishment for illegal file downloading, an absolutely brutal whipping with a belt that goes on for several minutes, as Hillary screams in agony. To make matters worse, Hillary contended that she suffers from cerebral palsy and that her parents had refused to acknowledge it. Also, her mother Haley publicly played the victim after the video's release, slamming the judge for his behavior toward his family despite being an active participant in the events shown on the video.
Look at that shit.
Since too much time had passed to bring charges, Judge Adams was suspended for 1 year without pay and reinstated to the bench.
All he gets is a year?
However, the damage done to his reputation would never be repaired.
That's right,
and he
bitch.
lost his bid for re-election in 2014.
That's what you get.
Texas stepmother Tina Alberson took cruel and unusual punishment to its furthest extreme. Her 10-year-old stepson Jonathan was prone to simple misbehavior, and she would admit to authorities after her arrest that she would punish him by limiting his water intake during timeouts. But during his last stay with his stepmother, Texas was in the middle of a blistering heat wave that saw temperatures of over 100 degrees for days on end. Medical examiners would determine that Jonathan was deprived of water altogether for 5 straight days before he died. During Alberson's trial, Jonathan's twin brother Joseph told jurors that his brother repeatedly asked him for water during those days, and that he had been concerned, but too scared of Alberson to do anything. She was convicted of felony injury to a child and sentenced to 85 years in prison.
Okay. Let me. All right. Mm, okay. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit. Ugh. Okay. Depriving someone of food and water. That's once again, that's something you crossing the line right there. You crossing the motherfucking line. I do not. Um, Most of these cases I've seen, I've noticed that it had something to do with foster care, and I'm like, you know, foster care can be good and it could be bad because you can end up in a hellhole or you can end up in paradise. There's some that want to be parents, they may not, can't have it any other way. Foster care works sometimes, sometimes it don't. Humiliating your child to prove a point, another place. I know. Posting it on the web to showcase you humiliating your child. Fuck that. Dude, kid wet the bed. So what do? You you dress him up as a girl, put makeup on him, and make him walk around the neighborhood. What kind of shit is that? Like, fuck that shit. That woman looked like she had the devil in her anyway. Um, the dad who shot up his daughter's laptop. I've seen that before. That wasn't new to me. The other cases were new to me. I've never seen those before. Um, I love my parents. Well, I only have my father left. But when my mother was alive, I loved my mother. I loved her to death. She was my best friend. My father is the same way. He's my best friend. He's I always I'm older now, but he is one thing. He is one of two people. If I ever lost in my life, I'd be lost. He his wisdom and everything he's taught me means a lot. So I would never go online and bash my parents of how they're raising me and bullshit stuff like that. That right there, you will never catch me doing. And I think that's stupid. But and child autism, I do not fuck around with that. That right there, another place I do not. When I see people hurting or disrespecting or just in any way physical harm to someone who has autism or mental retardation, that pisses me off. That pisses the fuck out of me. Um, and that woman deserved to go to jail with that bullshit. Her and her, I'm glad they got what they did. You know, locking this girl up in downstairs and treated her like an animal. Fuck you, okay? And even more, child services knew about her living condition and you didn't take her. Fuck you, okay? This was downright terrifying and some scary at times because it's like for people out there who want to be parents, I'm one of them. Do right by your kids, raise them right, treat them with respect, and you get that respect back. But you treat them dirty and you treat them like I don't play that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, a little personal with this one in the sense because, like I said, I was punished, but I was never punished to that extreme. I've I remember the biggest thing that ever happened to me in terms of punishment, or one of them, was yeah, I was not allowed to um because of my grades were slipping at one time, I was not allowed to play my video games. I was not allowed to watch TV. The only thing what I was able to do was I'd come in, do my homework, eat, wash up, and go to bed. But I was never to the point where I was deprived food, or my parents told me you got to break something yours, or my parents humiliating me in front of their friends or something like that. No, never. Anything they ever did to me was a life lesson, and I learned it, and I learned it very well, to the point where I don't do that kind of crap anymore. You know, these people right here, they didn't get the lesson, and I'm glad they got the punishment that they deserve. You depriving people of food, water, home living, you get this. That's what you get. Fuck you. And that's it, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all take care. I gotta go cool off now for this one. This one kind of pissed me off. I gotta cool off. Y'all, I gotta cool off. Y'all take care. Gotta cool off.